You've seen methods with categories. 4 categories of methods. Four categories of methods you have seen. Four categories of methods. Just 1 minute, wait. See, 4 categories of methods you have seen. Next node on method overloading. Method overloading. Method overloading. If 2 or more methods with the same name if 2 or more methods with the same name and with different parameters list then it is said to be method overloading. If 2 or more methods, method overloading. If 2 or more methods with the same name and with a different parameters list, then it is said to be method overloading. So method name same, parameter list is different, then we can call it as method overloading. In method overloading, parameters list can be different in number of arguments, comma data types, or order of an arguments. In method overloading, parameters list can be different in number of arguments, comma data types, or order of an arguments. Any one difference should be there. Then only we'll call it as method overloading. In method overloading, parameters list can be different in number of arguments, data types, or order of an arguments. Next, write it. In method overloading, return type can be same or different. In method overloading, return type can be same or different. In method overloading, return type can be same or different. Say, if two or more methods, with the same name and with different parameters list, then it is said to be method overloading. So method name same, parameter list is different, then it is called method overloading. In method overloading, parameters list can be different in number of arguments, data types, or order of an arguments. Any one difference should be there. In method overloading, return type can be same also valid, different also valid. I'll explain. Next, write it. First one. Different in number of arguments. Different in number of arguments. Example. Void add int A int B. Void add int A int B int C. In method overloading, parameters list can be different in number of arguments, data types, or order of an arguments. Say, here, you observe, according to definition, if two or more methods with the same name, year method name add, year method name add. So two method names are same. Okay. Here, if two or more methods with the same name, year add method, and with different parameters list, year 2 integers, year 3 integers. Different parameters can be number of arguments, data types, or order of an argument. Here, how many arguments are there? 2. Here, how many arguments? Number of arguments are different. Different in number of arguments. In method overloading, return type same also valid, different also valid. Method name must be same. Parameters must be different. Return type same also valid, different also valid. This is overloading. Write this one. Written. Second one. Different in data types. Different in data types. Example. Void add int A int B. Void add float A float B. In this case, data types different. Number of arguments are same. Here, how many arguments? 2. Here, how many arguments? 2. Number of arguments are same. But what's the difference? Data types. It is also called overloading. What is the need of overloading? I'll explain. So this is add method, this is add method. It will take 2 arguments, it will take 2 arguments. Number of arguments are same, but data types are different. Third one, different in order of an arguments. Different in order of an arguments. Example, void add int a float b, void add float a int b. Different in order of an arguments. So any one different should be there, either data types or order or number. Any one different should be there. Then it is called overloading. Here how many arguments? Here how many arguments? Number of arguments are same. Here which type it will take? Integer, float. Here also integer, float. But first integer, second float. Here first float, second integer. So any one difference should be there. The difference should be either number of arguments or data types or order of an arguments. Here number of arguments same. Data types also same, but order different. Here first integer, later float. Here first float, later integer. Any one difference should be there. That is called overloading. Return type same also valid. Even suppose here void, here integer, or here integer, here float, like that also valid. Okay. Method name must be same. Parameter list must be different. Order, return type same also valid, different also valid. This is overloading. What is the need of overloading? I'll explain. Suppose if I write like this, is it overloading or not? Give me answer. Int a, float b. Okay. Int a, int b. Add int x, int y. Is it overloading or not? Overloading? Sure. Here, my question is it overloading or not? Here, what I given see? In method overloading, parameters list can be different in number of arguments, data types, or order of an argument. Here, how many argument? 2 argument. Here, how many argument? Number of arguments are same. Data types, same. Order, what's the difference? Variables. Variable is nothing. It is not considered. So it is not called overloading. It is not overloading. It is also one concept is there. It is overriding. Okay. It is also one concept. It is overriding. Now, just write it next. Method overriding. Method overriding. Method overriding. If 2 or more methods with the same name and with the same parameters list, then it is said to be method overriding. If 2 or more methods with the same name and with the same parameters list, if 2 or more methods with the same name and with the same parameters list, then it is said to be method overriding. If two or more methods with the same name and with the same parameters list, then it is said to be method overriding. See, here number of arguments same, data types same, order same. If everything same is there, it is called overriding. Now you observe. Is it over? Writing is over. Now here you observe. Void add int A, int B. System.out.println A plus B. One more. Void add int A, int B, int C. System.out.println A plus B plus C. Demo D equal to new demo. D dot add. Which method called? First method or second method? Second method. D dot add. Now, first method. Say demo class loaded, open brace executed, main method called, open brace executed, object created for demo class, that object referred by D. With that, D dot add 3 numbers. This method called. D dot add. This method called. Like that, it will understand. Method name same also depends upon arguments, it will understand. Now it will call. Is it overloading or overriding? Overloading. It is overloading. Now javac demo.java program successfully compiled, successfully executed. Okay. So this statement calls second method. This statement calls first method. Seen that arguments list, it will understand which method should be called. Okay. Suppose if I write like this, int x into y. Now here x plus y. In this case, which method is going to be called? Which method is going to be called? You are getting confusion, no? So here two methods, two values I passed. It is also acceptable. It is also acceptable. You are getting confusion, no? Like that compiler also gets confusion, no? That's what not possible. Okay. Overriding not possible. Save file, save. If I compile, the method already defined, it shows. See, method add which takes 2 integer is already defined in demo class. But one more time, if you define, error comes. So overriding not possible now. Overriding possible in inheritance. That later it comes. Present, this point note on. Note. Methods cannot be overridden in the same class because of ambiguity to call. Because of ambiguity to call. While calling, ambiguity comes. It cannot understand which method should be called. That is called ambiguity. In methods cannot be overridden in the same class because of ambiguity to call. Methods cannot be overridden in the same class because of ambiguity to call. Methods cannot be overridden in the same class because of ambiguity to call. Say methods cannot be overridden in the same class because of ambiguity to call. While calling, ambiguity comes. Say, if I write like this, two numbers I passed, it is also acceptable, it is also acceptable. Then it cannot understand which should be called. This type of problem comes. That's what, while compiling only, this type of method already is there. While you define again, this error comes. It's already defined. Method with two integers add method already defined. It is showing error. It will not compile. Okay. Now, if I write with three integers, it is valid. Now it is two integer add method. It is three integer add method. It is overloading. Overloading valid. File, save. Compilation, execution. Now, what is the use of this one? I'll explain. Just you write this one. Program to demonstrate method overloading. What is the use? I'll explain. Just write this one. Program to demonstrate method overloading. Program to demonstrate method overloading. Is it over? This statement calls second method. This statement calls first method. Based on arguments, it will understand. What is the use of method overloading? I'll explain. Is it over? Now I'll write one more example. Whether it is overloading or overriding, you answer. Okay. Whether it is overloading or overriding. First, what is method overloading? If two or more methods with the same name and with a different parameters list, then it is said to be method overloading. In method overloading, parameters can be different in number of arguments, data types, or order of an arguments. Any one difference should be there. That is overloading. Return type, Same also valid, different also valid. What is method overriding? Same name, same parameter list. That is overriding. Can we override? No, because of ambiguity to call. Okay. Now I'll write void show, which takes integer. Void show, which takes float. Void show, which takes char. Now, is it overloading or overriding? Give me answer. What is this? Overloading. Now, show. Three method names same. Okay. But what's the difference? Data type different. Here one argument only. Here one argument only. Here one argument only. But here integer, here float, here character. Suppose demo d equal to new demo. D dot show. If I write 34.4f, which method called? Second method called d dot show. Now, first method d dot show. Which method called? Third method called. Okay. Now, like this, overloading. Say here you are writing integer x equal to 10. System dot out dot println x. Okay. Now, x is which type? Integer. This x I pass it to println method. Okay. Now, float y equal to 20.3f. What we are writing? System dot out dot println y. Now, again, println is also one method. Println method we are calling. Println method we are calling. Int x equal to 10, float y equal to y, 20.3f. Like this you are writing. Suppose in C language, those who know C language, give me answer. Integer x equal to 10, float y equal to 20.3f. How will print in C language? Printf %d comma x. Printf %d comma %f comma y. Okay. Now you observe. Now this println method, methods, many methods are there. When I pass integer method called. When I pass float method called. Okay. But in C language, printf function, only one function is there. If I pass x, if I pass y, if I pass integer, if I pass float, one method only called. Then x which format you are printing? Integer format, decimal integer. That's what D. Y which format you are printing? Float format. Like this format specifier you have to write. But in Java, are we writing %d, %f? No, because of method overloading. In Java, println methods, 10 methods are there. In C language, printf function, only one is there. Because C language doesn't support method overloading. It is object-oriented programming. Okay. This is polymorphism related. Now present only introduction. This is required to learn constructor. That's what I'm giving. About overloading, overriding, 3 classes I have to teach. 3 classes. Now present you learn only definitions. Okay. Only definitions you learn. Now 3 classes I have to teach about overloading, about overriding. Okay. Present, what is the use of overloading is this one. Now just you observe, if overloading concept is not there, in Java also you have to write like this. Because in C language overloading not there. That is the reason If you pass integer also, float also, then only one function is there, that is only called. But if you pass x which format you want to print? Integer format, percentile d, decimal integer. Y which format you are printing? Float, like this. But here no need to specify. If you pass integer, integer method called. If you pass float, float method called. Like that it will understand. Because many methods are there here. That is, you will get a more clarity later. Today not possible. I'll show you in job. This all today you cannot understand. Just I'll show you how many println methods are there. I'll show you. You observe in Java library how many println methods are there. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 println methods are there in Java library. This library today not possible. Later you'll understand. 10 println methods are there. Library methods. If I pass integer, then integer method this is called. If I pass float, this method called. If I pass character, this method called. If I pass boolean, this method called. If I don't pass anything, this method called. If I pass long, this method called. If I pass double, this method called. If I pass character array, this method. String, this is. Object, this is. If other than this, error. Not there. Okay. If other than this, if you try to pass, error comes. But here conversion concept is there with the typecasting feature. It works here. This one works. Other data types, if you pass, error comes. Okay. Now, here 10 methods are there here. 10 methods are there. Now, this concept is nothing but overloading. No. See, println 10 times overloaded. 10 times overloaded. What you are doing? Integer also println you are calling. Float also println you are calling. What you will think? There is a one method you will think. There is not one method. 10 methods are there. 10 methods are there. Method name same is there. Okay. Because of overloading, percentile D, percentile F, percentile C, percentile S, no need to write in Java. Otherwise, like a C language, you have to write. Okay. See, you observe. Suppose just now I given, like this I given just now. Now, here, you observe how many show methods are there now? 3 show methods. D dot show 34.4F. Which method called? Second method. D dot show 8. First method. D dot show A. Third method. Called no? Like that only. Like that only. Here. You observe. Here. I passed X. X which type I passed? Integer. Then this method called. Now, later what I did? Println Y. Y which type? Then this method called. So, what you will think? Here and here same method called you will think. Not same method. Separate methods are there. This method will print integer format. This method will print float format. 10 methods are there. Because of overloading, no need to write percentile D, percentile F. No need to write in Java. That is not there in C language. Overloading not possible in C. Same function name not possible in C language, but Java supports. Because this is object-oriented programming concept. But C language is not object-oriented. It is polymorphism concept. So C is not a Java. C doesn't support object-oriented programming. C is structured programming. It is different. Okay. So this is overloading usage. So many methods are there, and every data type separate method is there. Every data type separate method. 10 methods are there. Depends upon your parameter, that particular method is going to be called. In that method body already written, if integer is there, integer format specifier, float is there, float format specifier already written inside. Inside the method body already written. That's what no need to write by us. Okay. Like overloading, overriding, present definitions only I given. This is very depth later. Okay, 3 days I'll teach. 3 days. while teaching polymorphism. 3 days I'll cover. Okay. Now this is about overloading, overriding. Next you write it. Variables, remembered or forgot? Variables, remembered or forgot? I'll check it. Okay, write this one. Now for learning this one required. Static keyword. Note down. Next heading, static keyword. Static keyword. It is called as modifier. It is called as modifier, and it is used to modify the behavior. It is called as modifier, and it is used to modify the behavior of a variable, method, class, and block. It is called as modifier, and it is used to modify the behavior of a variable, method, class, and block. So what is static? Static is a modifier. What is static means? It is a modifier. Why we are calling modifier? It modifies the behavior. Which behavior? Variable behavior, method behavior, class behavior, block behavior. Okay, I'll explain. Next, by using static keyword, we can create class variables, comma, class methods. By using static keyword, we can create class variables, comma, class methods, comma, nested top level classes. It is a one type of inner class. And static initialization blocks. By using static keyword, we can create class variables, comma, class methods, comma, nested top level classes. It is a one type of inner class. See, static keyword already we used, but what is that? Today you are learning depth. Okay. Say static, it is called as modifier, and it is used to modify the behavior of a variable, method, class, and block. That means before variable, you can write static, and you can apply to variable also, method also, class also, block also. So static variable possible, static method possible, static class possible, static block possible. Static variable we are calling like a class variable. Static method we are calling like a class method. Static class we are calling like a nested tuple class. This is one type of inner class. Outer class not possible. Static. Static initialization block. So you studied only class variables. You didn't see class method, you didn't see nested top level classes, you didn't see static initialization block. These all you didn't see. Okay. Now, by using static keyword, we can create class variables. That is over. Class methods you are going to see today. Nested top level class. This is while teaching inner class you will study. Static initialization block. This is after 2-3 days you will study. Okay. Now, first of all, what is static? It is modifier. Say, but static is a keyword. Static is a keyword only, but it is called modifier. Suppose while, for, do, while, do, for. These also keywords. But while is a loop, do while is a loop, for is a keyword. For is also loop. Int, character, float. What are these means? What will you answer? Data types. But those also keywords, no? Those also keywords. So writing programming purpose, some words are already reserved. Those words are called keywords. But for every keyword, some concept will be there. Now, int is a keyword, but it is a data type. For is a keyword, but it is loop. Static is a keyword. It is called modifier. Like that. Okay. It is called as modifier. Why we are calling modifier? It modifies the behavior. Which behavior? Variable behavior, method behavior, class behavior, block behavior. Okay. By using static keyword, we can create class variables. We can create class methods. We can create nested top level classes. We can create static initialization blocks. Now, first of all, why we are calling modifier, I'll explain. Now, integer x equal to 10. This is which type of variable? Give me answer. Instance variable. When memory allocated? Whenever object is created. Which memory block it is stored? Heap area. Okay. If I create 100 objects, how many copies created? 100 copies created. How many ways to access? 2 ways. What are those? Object, object reference. When we have to use object? Only one time. When we have to use object reference? More than one time. Okay. When we have to use instance variable in Java program? Different values. If different values are there, instance variable we have to use. Okay. Now, if I write static, this is which type of variable? Class variable. When memory located? Whenever class is loaded. Which memory block it is stored? Method area. If I create 100 objects, how many copies created? 1 copy created. How many ways to access? 4 ways. What are those? Directly, class name, object, object reference. How many ways not recommended? 2 ways. What are those? When we have to use directly? If it is present in the same class. When we have to use class name? If it is present in another class. Okay. These all you studied. When we have to use class variable in Java programming? If the value is same for all objects. See, while asking question, I observed nearly 10% people not given answers. Okay. Like here, if you are not giving answers, that means you forgot subject. Further also, you cannot understand object-oriented programming principles. It is not possible. Concept to concept relation will be there. Otherwise, you cannot understand. See, this topic is most important. If you put efforts, if you work hard up to exception handling, further Java, very easy. Otherwise, today you are feeling hard, further also it will become hard only. More than this also hard appears. But if you are perfect here, later it is very simple. Later you can enjoy coding. Otherwise, later also you'll struggle. That's it. Okay. If you give answer, you'll remember subject. Otherwise, you'll forget subject. You are unable to give answer means you prepare and come. But it is if it is continued, no, same position continued up to last class. It will be happen. Okay. Course completed students, so many people are there in Amirpet. You check it out, already told. What are the questions daily I'm asking to you? These questions you ask them, those who completed Java in Amirpet. How many they will give, how many they won't give, check it out. Then believe my word. Then believe. What are the questions daily I'm asking? Those questions you ask them, those who completed Spring Boot also. How many they'll give? 10 members you ask. Out of 10, how many they'll give? Check it out. Then believe my word. Okay, then only believe. Blindly don't believe. After checking only believe. Because course completed students, many are there. They don't have a skills. They are forgetting subject. Only they are completing courses. If you have a skill, there is a job. Now, already you know, software courses all are eligible. BTech, MCA, MTech, BSc Computer Science, BA, BCom people also eligible. All are eligible, no? You observe, in a BTech also, different branches they are learning. At last, all are coming to Amirpet only. CSC, CSIT, EC, EEE, Civil, Mechanical, Electrical, all are coming, no? All are eligible for software. Only skills required. These are private jobs. Private jobs, certificate is not important. Skills are important. That's what BA, BCom people also working in software company. Possible. They have a skill, that's what working. Otherwise not possible to work. Otherwise not possible. It is only knowledge based job. Your certificates are nothing. BTech 90% also they won't give a job directly. If you have a gold medal in BTech also, seeing your gold medal, they won't give a job. They'll conduct exam now again. Those who got 70% also, those who got 90% also, both are equal to write written tests in software company. That's it. Your 70 also, 90 also, both are same. Okay. That is only eligibility criteria to write written tests. That's it. If they don't ask 70%, many people will come. That is the reason they'll conduct like they'll ask like that, 70%. And suppose those who have a backlogs also, later they'll pass. Later they'll work in non-MNC company 1 year. After that, 1 year experience, they'll come to MNC. One person will go to directly MNC. One person after getting 1 year non-MNC company experience, they'll come to MNC. At last, both are in same place. Backlog student also in same place. 90% score also in same place. It's happening, no? It is knowledge-based job. That's it. After getting a job also, if you don't improve your performance, if you don't work hard to survive, again your position is less. Only one more person will become backlog student also. He may improve his skill. He'll become team leader also, project manager also. That's it. These are knowledge-based jobs. Okay. You have to put efforts. You have to work hard. Then you will reach your target. Later you will enjoy coding also. Okay. But total Java depends on this topic only. This is many times I told, but still some people are not listening. Then when they'll realize, after completion of exception handling topic, they'll realize. Okay, it will be happen. If you realize what will happen, time wasted. Again, you have to practice from beginning. That's it. Now, you are unable to give answer means prepare and come. You continue. But you are not giving today means tomorrow also will not give. Day after tomorrow also will not give. It will continue up to last class. One day course completed. That's it. That will be happen. Okay. Now, you observe, if I remove static instance variable, if I add static class variable, if I remove static memory allocated whenever object is created, if I add static memory allocated whenever class is loaded, if I remove static stored in method area, if I add static, if I add static stored in method area, if I remove static heap area, if I remove static 2 ways to access, if I add static 4 ways to access, if I remove static 100 objects, if I create 100 copies created, if I add static 1 copy created. See, one keyword if I attach, the total X variable behavior modifier, no? That's what it is called modifier. That's what it is called modifier. So one keyword will change the behavior of X. One keyword if I attach, total variable behavior is modified. That is the reason static called modifier. Okay. Say it is called as modifier, and it is used to modify the behavior of a variable. Method class, and block. So it modifies the behavior. If you write static, modified. Now, if I create 100 objects, one copy created. If I write now if I remove static, 100 copies created. Like this, it modifies the behavior. To modify the behavior, we use, that's the reason, modifier. Okay. It is called class variable. But not only class variable. By using static keyword, we can create class variables, class method, nested top level class, and static initialization blocks. Now, class variables already completed. Now you will learn class methods. Note class methods. Now, class method. Note a method that is defined as a static member of a class. A method that is defined as a static member of a class is called as class method. A method that is defined as a static member of a class is called as class method. There are 4 ways to access class method. First one, directly. Second one, by using class name. Third one, by using an object. Fourth one, by using an object reference. There are 4 ways to access class method. First one, directly. Second one, by using class name. Third one, by using an object. Fourth one, by using an object reference. How many ways not recommended? 2 ways. Okay. Third and fourth. Third and fourth ways are not recommended to use. So whatever you studied about variables concept, method concepts also same. Access class method directly if it is present in the same class. Access class method directly if it is present in the same class. Use class name to access class method if it is present in another class. Use class name to access class method if it is present in another class. Use class name to access class method if it is present in another class. See, whatever you studied class variables, same style. Directly possible, by using class name possible, by using object possible, by using object reference possible. third and fourth ways are not recommended to use. By using object reference, not recommended. Access class method directly if it is present in the same class. Use class name to access class method if it is present in another class. See, is it over? Now, suppose static void show. If I write system.out.println welcome. If I write now, this is which category method? Without argument, without return value. Fourth category method. Methods without argument, without return value. That method. But it is class method. Okay. Now, 4 ways to access. Show directly you can call. By using class name demo.show. It is also valid. By using object new demo.show. By using object reference demo d equal to new demo. Next d.show. Okay. Now you observe demo class loaded, open brace executed, main method called, open brace executed, show. It is called welcome printed. Demo.show, again it is called welcome printed. New demo.show, again it is called welcome printed. Here object created, object reference created. With that show method called, again welcome printed. So 4 times welcome printed. Okay. It is class method. Note down. Example. Execution flow, static variable, static block, main method. But this is static method, not comes under that execution priority. After main method only it is called. Because static method, it is not static block, it is not static variable. Execution priority only static block, static variable, main method. These 3 only automatically called. Remaining all we have to call. Class variable, static block, main method. That's it. These 3 only. Is it over? Now, when we have to use instance method, when we have to use class method required. There are 2 situations. I'll explain. You studied instance variable, class variable. When we have to use instance variable, if the value is different, instance variable. If the value is same, that is variables. But here, when we have to use instance method, when we have to use class method, That is, I'll explain. Now, here two situations are there. Two situations I'll explain. If the class does not contain, otherwise, if the class contains instance variable, then use instance method. Otherwise, use class method. First, write this point. If the class contains instance variable, then use instance method. Otherwise, use class method. If the class contains instance variable, then use instance method. Otherwise, use class method. Now, this line, once you read this line, if the class contains instance variable, then use instance method. Otherwise, use class method. This line, understood? Sure? Shall I check? Now I'll check it. Whether you understood or not, I'll check it. Because if I ask understood or not, every student will give understood only. Okay? That is I know. That is the reason I'll ask questions. Question different angle. Answer is there only. See, once again see this line. Once again see. If the class contains instance variable, then use instance method. Otherwise, use class method. In your class, instance variable is there. Then which method you have tried? Otherwise, that is a given. Whether you understood or not, I'll check it out. Okay. Now, integer x equal to 10. Now I want to write one method. Which method we have to write? Which method? Now, static integer y equal to 20. Now we have two variables. I want to write one method. Which method we have to write? Instance method or class method? How many will answer instance method? Online students? Okay. Now, how many will answer class method? Those who didn't give answer, what is your answer? From here onwards, I'll do one thing. Otherwise, you won't listen. Those who are not giving answers, for them, I'll observe. I'll start asking individual. Okay. It is better. Okay. I'll observe. Those who are not giving answers, for them, individual I'll ask. Okay. Because otherwise, you'll not get a subset. Not easy. But if I ask individual what will happen, I know. Okay. The person may or may not come tomorrow onwards. It will be happening. Okay. If I ask individual, the person may or may not come tomorrow onwards. It will be happen. And not only that person friends also will drop. They won't think about subject. They'll think about friend. Like that. But we put efforts, work hard. What purpose I'm asking? To improve your logical thinking. That's it. But you are not giving answer means you are not thinking. When you will think in interview. That is happening. That's what I'm asking. You decide. You give me answer. Shall I ask in a group or individual? This answer also I'll not giving. You want group or individual? Decide. Now present daily I'm asking in group only. Okay. Now shall I ask daily questions in an individual or group? You decide. You observe, this is also all are not giving. Few people are giving group, few people are giving individual, some more people in dilemma, they won't give. That is also they are giving. No answer. Otherwise, I'll observe those are not giving answer. For them, I'll ask individual. It is better. Okay. First, I'll ask in a group only. And if they don't give, I'll start asking individual. Okay. Now, first of all, if I write like this, which type of method we have to write? Instance method. Okay. Now, if it is variables are like this, instance method or class method? How many will answer instance method? See the response. So all are raising hand. You observe. So I said I'll ask individual. That is the reason they are giving answers. This is also no use. You think and give answer. Now I'm not asking for right answer, wrong answer. I'm asking to improve thinking power. That purpose I'm asking. Blindly, if you raise the hand, also no use. Blindly, if you raise the hand, also no use. Okay. Now, suppose if I write like this now, which method? Now, I want to write method. Which method? See, observe. If I don't ask any question, what will happen? You observe. What I asked before this, understood or not, I asked. All are said yes, yes, yes. Okay. If I don't ask any question, you will feel you understood, I will feel all understood. That is only feeling, no subject. That's it. That is the reason only every day I'm interacting with you. Every day I'm interacting. After exception handling, if I interact also, answers will not come, subject will not come. Up to exception handling only this process required. After exception handling, you are not giving answer also, I cannot do anything at the time. At the time, if I force also, subject will not come later. No use. Now I am forcing. At least you put efforts, work hard now. After exception handling, I cannot do anything. If you are not giving answer means I cannot do anything at the time. Present only, if you work hard, you'll get a subject. Okay. See, I said here, what I given, see, if the class contains instance variable, then use instance method. Otherwise, in this program, now instance variable is there. Then what we have to write? That's it. That is only answer. Question different angle I'm asking. Answer is that one only, no. Suppose now in a instance variable is there. Then which method? Now that's it. What you have to see, instance variable is there or not, you have to see. If it is there, instance method. Instance variable is not there, like that you have to select. Suppose if you select in a wrong way, what will happen? Just you observe. Suppose now which method you have to write? Class method you have to write. Suppose by mistake if you write instance method, then for calling instance method, how many ways to access? 2 ways. What are those? Unnecessarily object required. If you write class method, object is not required. No? That is the reason instance variable is not there. Don't write instance method. If you write instance method, for calling that method, you have to create object. If you write class method, object is not required. Suppose instance variable is there. Okay. Suppose instance variable is there. Now, anyhow, you are creating object, because when that memory allocated, whenever object is created, anyhow, you are creating object. You are creating object means go for instance method only. Suppose in application, instance variables are not there. In that situation, write class method. If you write instance method, what is the problem? Object you have to create again. For calling method purpose object you have to create. That memory wasted. That is the reason you have to select like this. Okay. See, now instance variable is there. Write instance method only. Suppose instance variable not there. Write class method. Suppose if you write instance method, now this one, how many ways to access? 2 ways. What are those? Then compulsory object you have to create, no? That object is wasted. Instead of like this, if you write like this, it is better, no? Then object no need to create. That is the reason you have to write class method. Suppose instance variable is there. For that purpose, compulsory you have to create object. Anyhow, you are creating object. Use instance method. Got it? Like this, you have to select. And also, suppose instance variables are there, class variables are there, something is there, all mixed concepts are there. Then also, suppose your method doesn't require instance variable. In that situation also, you can write class method. If the method does not require to access instance variable, then suppose now here you are creating object. Here for this purpose, you are creating object. For this purpose, you are creating object. Then anyhow, you are writing instance method. Anyhow, you have to create object. Write this one only. Suppose if you write static, valid. But here for this one, anyhow, you are creating object. For this one, now object is not required. Object is not required. Now, if you write static method, nothing will happen. If you write instance method, nothing will happen. Anyhow, you are creating object for variable purpose. Suppose here variables are not there. Now, which one you have to write? Now, is it object required in program? No. Suppose static is not there. Then object required? Yes. Unnecessarily object will create, no? That is the purpose. Instance variable is there, compulsory how to create object. In that situation, go for instance method only. Okay? Like this, it's one situation. One more situation, your method doesn't require instance variable. Suppose already instance variable is there. Instance variable is there. Which method you have to write? Instance method. Suppose this method doesn't require this X. In that situation also, you can write class method. It is okay. Okay. But anyhow, you are creating object. Then better to go for instance variable, instance method. Otherwise, only this rule you follow. If the class contains instance variable, then use instance method. Otherwise, use class method. That is you follow. Just last once again, I'll ask, give me answer. Now, integer x equal to 10. Which one we have to write? Instance method. Now also instance method. Now class method. Clear? This is you follow, continue there enough. Okay. Now about static keyword, you observe. It is called as modifier and it is used to modify the behavior of variable, method, class, and block. So static keyword you can apply to variable, method, class, and block. 4 places you can apply. Okay. By using static keyword, we can create class variables, class methods, nested top level classes, static initialization block. See, integer x equal to 10, instance variable. It is class variable. It is instance method. It is like this you have seen. But further, static blocks will be there, static classes will be there. That is further programming comes. Okay. Now, main method is in instance method or class method. Main method, instance method, class method. Class method. Assume now main method is class method. For calling this method, how many ways? 4 ways. What are those? Directly, class name, object, object reference. At the command prompt, Java demo. This demo nothing but class name. Demo.main. It is called. Assume it is non-static. Then how many ways to access? What are those? For calling this method also object required. Then I will create object, I will pass. For calling main method also object required. That is the reason main method they given as static. Now, if static is there, object not required, class name required. At the command prompt, what is this? Class name. Then what system will do? It calls like this, demo.main. Like that is calling. So that's the reason class name we are writing at the command prompt. So class name dot main. System calls. If main is non-static, for calling main method also object required. Then how will create object? Where you will create object? How will pass to operating system? That is the reason they prepared like this. Okay. Now about static, still two more concepts are there. Those all in further sessions you'll study. Okay. Monday you will see continuation. Be regular, every class important up to exception handling.